Hi, I'm Barbara Cutrera. Readers have asked me, what fictional character influenced you the most when you were younger? And I think the answer will surprise and probably scare some people because I have a visual aid, which will probably be even more scary. The fictional character who influenced me the most when I was a child was actually Wolverine of the X-Men. No, he did not look like Hugh Jackman at the time, but I do like the Hugh Jackman Wolverine a lot. But I started reading at a very young age, and I started with children's books, and then of course moved on to adult books, and I also started reading comics at a young age. But I was quickly bored by things like Archie, so I wanted action. I started reading DC comics and Marvel comics, and I loved the action. But Wolverine was the character who really caught my attention immediately. I began reading the X-Men right around the time the new team was being formed, when Wolverine was introduced to the X-Men, and I was instantly drawn to Wolverine. I thought that Logan was a fascinating character. This was right around the time of the end of the Vietnam War. I think that America was in that time of change, so this character, it was ripe for him to be introduced. Very conflicted character, fighting for good, but yet a lot of internal struggle. He could do wonderful things, and then he could turn around and go into these berserker rages and got a room full of people. So as a child of, say, 5 or 6, reading this, it really did have an impact on me because it showed me, more than anything else I had read up to that point, the dichotomous nature of the hero, and how people who could be very good could do very bad things, and that not everything was black and white, that there was a lot of gray involved. And that is a lesson that I took to heart and I have carried with me to this day. I do not feel that things are generally black and white. I do think that things are pretty much gray. Certainly there are some hard and fast things that I believe in, but I think that having the ability to understand that there are many layers to all people, and that there are many layers to characters when one is writing a novel, was a crucial lesson to me when I became an author as an adult. So I do not have any characters based on Wolverine in my books. I write about all different sorts of characters, and men, women, good, bad, in between. So that did not influence me directly to try and write a Wolverine character. I would never do that anyway, because I don't try and imitate anybody. I write whatever comes out of me, which I always hope is original. So even though we're all influenced by different characters and different people, I think that Wolverine really influenced me more than any other character when I was a young child reading. And that actually is carried over into my reading as an adult as well. I read in many different genres, just as I write in many different genres. But when I read certain books, for instance, Barry Eisler's John Rain series, I really like that. Or David Baldacci's Will Roby series. Both of those series are about assassins. And they're about men who do very bad things, often for very good reasons, but yet there's a lot of internal turmoil that goes on that is reminiscent of Wolverine to me, because it is that struggle of what is moral, what is good, what is right, what is wrong, and what do people need to do sometimes in order to make the greater good become available to everyone else in society, and what does that cost the hero of the story? If he commits murder for the greater good, etc., then what does that cost him personally, and is it worth the cost? I like those sorts of books. I think that that's very intriguing, and so I do enjoy reading those. When I am reading other genres, I read many things, but I like those male characters. I find them very intriguing to this day. So thanks to the creators of Logan, because they really did help to shape me as a person and as an author as a result. And also, I think that in my own work, I explore so many different types of characters that if you haven't read my work yet, I hope that you do, and that you enjoy reading about the varied characters in my books, and that maybe one of them will touch you as deeply as Wolverine touched me when I was younger. I hope that you love them, and happy reading.